Hello there. Susie Maxwell Berning here at the beautiful Reserve Club in Indian Wells, California. And actually, I'm in my favorite spot. I love greenside bunkers because it's the only shot in golf you don't have to hit the golf ball. You are going to displace some sand and poof, out comes the golf ball. How simple is that? But my, do people fear bunkers. And I think once you have a good understanding of the design of your sand iron and the basic technique and how to get out, if you practice, you will become in love with greenside bunkers, and sometimes you might even aim for one. I have done that in my tour days. I've actually aimed for greenside bunkers, knowing I'd rather be there than, let's say, in the water and take a two-shot penalty for being in a hazard. And by the way, this is a hazard, and that means you cannot touch or ground your golf club. Let's talk about the design of the sand iron. What the sand iron, it should be the heaviest golf club in your bag. All right, and it's probably the shortest in length in your bag. But the big thing about the sand iron is you want a sand iron that has a lot of bounce or curvature to the bottom of the sole. You can see here lots of roll, then versus you take a 9-iron that doesn't have much. The reason the sand iron is designed this way is because it's going to cut through the sand and glide through the sand very easily because of the bounce and design of the golf club. So we have, some sand is nice and fluffy. Some bunkers don't have much sand. You hope that your bunkers have, the more sand, actually, the easier it is. When the sand is real firm, that's when you have to be careful that you really don't want a sand iron with a lot of bounce. So you might take out your 9-iron. This is why tour players, we used to travel with 3 or 4 different sand irons, depending on the type of sand at that course. We'd pull one, maybe a different sand iron out that didn't have as much bounce for firm sand. Okay, so we have, in the bunker, we call them. We have a very good lie, where the ball's sitting up nicely for you, and then you can have what we call kind of an ugly lie, and the ball might just be sitting in a heel print. Hopefully, it can't be yours. Or the ball might be buried. So we're going to call that one the ugly lie. So in these 3 different positions of your golf ball, it's going to require you to have a different angle to your club face. When the ball is sitting and we have a beautiful good lie, you're going to use what we call an open club face. I'll get into that in just a moment. When you have we call this a poor lie, you're going to have what we call a square club face. That means the club face is looking right at your target. When you have a real ugly lie, the club face, you'll notice, is going to be closed a lot. Well, let me show you. So with an open club face, notice how the club glides through the sand so nicely. Watch me close the club face. What happens? What's the club doing? It's digging. It's getting deeper and deeper. Well, when we have this buried lie here, we're going to have the club get deeper and deeper so it can get beneath the ball and explode the ball out. So these 3 lies you have to consider looking at and inspecting your lie before you decide what angle club face you're going to have.